Hey, sports card fans, it's John Wade Boggs fan. Hope you're all doing well. Before I get into the main topic of this video, obviously the big news in the hobby that broke yesterday is that Peter Steinberg is left or has left SGC. And what does that mean for the future of SGC moving forward? Now, there have been a lot of videos out there with lots of commentary and thoughts. That's not what this video is about. But I just wanted to give my quick thoughts directed to my fellow collectors out in the hobby, especially the vintage collectors. Now, when I started building my vintage baseball card collection, I decided to get cards that are in PSA slabs, and since then I want the consistency of my collection to be uniform, so I buy cards that are in PSA slabs. But I know a lot of you out there love SGC. You love the tucks, you love the customer service, the grading consistency, the price, the turnaround. That's how you enjoy collecting cards. And because of that, I hope that in some form or fashion, SGC does remain. Maybe it's a niche grading sort of arm or company of collectors, brand, however you want to call it. Maybe they focus just on vintage, which would please a lot of my fellow collectors out there. But I hope that you would want me to collect the way that makes me happy, and I want you to be able to collect the way that makes you happy. I hope that you don't have a future decision to make of, well, SGC's gone. What new grading company do I want to go with? I don't want to go with PSA, so what are the other alternatives? I hope you have the ability to collect the way that you enjoy collecting, and if that's cards in SGC holders, I hope you have the future ability to do that. All right, with that out of the way, the main topic of today's video is a response to Graig over at Midlife Cards, his question of the week. Now, the previous week's question was surrounding oddball cards, and he noticed that there are some oddball cards of players, especially from, say, the 1950s, that seem to be doing a lot better than the players' basic, say, Topps or Bowman cards. Well, his question for this week is extending on that whole oddball set cards theme. And he wants to know, what is our favorite oddball set, vintage oddball set, and why? Now, I haven't been seriously collecting vintage cards for a very long time. So I know enough about some of these oddball regional sets. The more popular ones I'm more familiar with. So I don't know some of these obscure oddball regional team food issues that may be out there. So I'm only going off of the sets that I can recognize, that I can think of off the top of my head. Now, this was a little bit of a hard choice for me, or a hard one to swallow, so to speak, because in the National League, I root for the New York Mets. So the set that I chose features a team set of, at the time, the Milwaukee Braves. So I hate to give kudos or props to something that deals with the Braves, being a Mets fan, but with that said, the set that I really like, the vintage oddball set that I really like, is the 1954 Johnston Cookies. Whether I like to admit it or not, I have to say that the Braves uniforms from the 1950s, I absolutely love. That sort of, it wasn't quite a white fabric, it was a little gray. The Braves logo, you have the mascot, the patch on the shoulder. They make for beautiful cards. One of the reasons why I like some of the Hank Aaron cards and Warren Spawn cards so much that I have in my collection are the images and of them in their Braves uniform. Now, that doesn't mean I'm gonna be stop rooting for the Mets and suddenly become a Braves fan. No, but when I thought of Greg's question for what vintage oddball set do I like the most, I guess, and why, it's because of the size of the cards. And I'm gonna not turn the camera around because I don't have any in my collection, but I'm just gonna show off here some of the cards within that set, give a very, very brief background about the set, so you can have a look if you're not familiar with that set. But I love the odd size. Not gonna say oddball size, but I like the odd size of the set. It's one of the reasons why I like the 1950 Bowman set, is because of that smaller size that's different from other main Bowman or Topps sets. So that was the first thing, the unique size of the cards. And again, the images are really cool. Love the overall design of the cards. And it features a secondary, if you want to call it, rookie card of Hank Aaron. Would love to own that card one day. First, though, I need to get his Topps rookie card and complete his Topps and Bowman run. Only 3 cards away. Hopefully, can find that 54 Topps Hank Aaron rookie card at the National here coming up. But with that said, the Warren Spawn card is really cool as well, and one day I hope to add that card to my collection as well. So here I'm going to show off some of the examples of the 1954 Johnston Cookies set and give a little bit of background on the set, and then I'll be back. All right, the 1954 Johnston Cookies Braves baseball set consists of 35 cards measuring 2 inches by 3 7/8 inches and were inserted into boxes of Johnston Cookies. It's the second installment of 3 consecutive releases, with each card number being the player's actual uniform number from 1 to 48. With Bobby Thompson suffering an injury early in the season, an opening in the lineup arose, which Hank Aaron filled. And his card is card number 5 because he wore uniform number 5, I believe, in spring training. The Thompson card was therefore withdrawn from the set, creating a scarcity of the card. The fronts display a photograph of the player and his name printed and signed at the bottom of each. The backs show the player's personal details as well as his statistics from the previous seasons. Below the statistics is the Johnston Cookies tagline, "No one makes cookies like Johnston." So here are 3 examples, starting off with the Hank Aaron rookie card, I guess technically is his alternative rookie card, and I showed an example of the back of his card. Then you have the Warren Spawn. Love that image of him, the ball in his hand, smiling off to the side. Then there's the Eddie Matthews card. And I have a couple more examples here. We have the Bobby Thompson. So that's the one that's sort of short printed, really hard to find. Then we have cards like Lou Burdette, Andy Pafko, and check out that cool card of Charlie White. So yeah, just again, love the small size of the cards. They're extremely colorful. You get a chance to look at the Braves uniform there, the M on the hat for Milwaukee. Let's go back here to the Hank Aaron card and Warren Spawn and Eddie Matthews. Neat back, it's a regional food issue. I don't know in terms of population how many are out there, but I know that Hank Aaron card is in high demand for serious Hank Aaron collectors. I believe that sells for way above his comparable Topps rookie card. And again, would just love to have that Warren Spawn card as part of my collection as well someday. All right, so Greg, great question for your question of the week for all of us in the community. What is our favorite vintage oddball set and why? Looking forward to maybe seeing the comments. I don't know if anyone else is going to be doing any type of videos for this, but if so, would love to see them and to see some of the examples of the cards within that set. Maybe I'll just check out the comments and then look up those sets myself. I could have gone with a couple other sets that I had in mind, but mainly they're famous for either just the Mickey Mantle or maybe other cards as well. They do have odd sizes to them, but I don't know that I've always turned to, when I'm thinking of a oddball set, the Hank Aaron and Warren Spahn cards. Just are embedded in my mind from the 1954 Johnston Cookies set. Now, speaking of Graig, he and I have teamed up to do a special national version of an update to the Vintage 100 Index. We recorded the video and we'll be posting it on Monday. So definitely go check that out. It's going to be right before the National. Updated data. We're going to take a look at some of the trends that we see from the data as that relates to the general vintage card market. I thought it'd be perfect timing right before the National. Greg and I had a great time analyzing a whole bunch of data and charts and had lots of thoughts. So it was definitely a great time. Thanks to Greg for joining me once again. Love his analysis and thought process on taking a look at stuff like this. So yeah, be sure to check out the video. Again, I'm going to be posting it on my channel Monday morning right before the National. And with that, that's all I have for you. So until next time, thanks for watching.